Welcome, friends. Come on in. Let's have a little chat for just a few minutes about what's been going on over here. Welcome to my cozy home. Sometimes it's a little more cluttered than others, and I don't get everything, all my surfaces cleaned up, but this is it. This is where I live. This is where we live. I am Miss Katie, and this is Heritage Ways, and this is where I share cozy homemaking with old-fashioned family values. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here and I sound a little bit odd, it's because I have a mouthpiece in and I have to keep that in for a while because I have some dental issues that have come up. And so I hope that's not bothersome to y'all. Many of y'all some of y'all may wear a mouth guard, a mouthpiece. Sometimes it's not braces. It's actually my night guard that I use for TMJ, but I have it here to protect some teeth that are volatile right now, and I've talked to the doctor, the dentist, and I have an appointment. But anyway, that explains why does she sound odd? Why does she sound different or even look different? But yes, I have that on my upper teeth. But I want to talk just today for a few minutes about something that well, our life has taken a turn, several turns this year. I've already decided that when I write my Christmas letter in this year in December or November, I write one every year. I think I'm going to write that if I could skip a year of my life, this would probably have been the one. But at the same time, I am a Christian. I'm a believer in the gospel, and I know that the Lord has a plan, or he can work all things together for good. And that's why we continue to try to count our blessings and try to see the good and the positive and everything. But I just want to kind of go categorize what's going on. And then I want to tell you, and I did make some notes because my brain is foggy lately too. And I'll explain why I think that is. But, you know, the question is, am I leaving YouTube? No, I'm not leaving YouTube, but I am leaving certain things that I'm going to tell you here in a minute. So, let me give you just an update to kind of build up what I'm going to talk about. But there are going to be some changes, as there are changes here in our home and in our family. There are going to be changes that you're going to see, and that's why I'm bringing that to you. Our anniversary was a couple of weeks ago, and this is the remnant of my anniversary flowers that Mr. Patient gave me. I threw away the dead ones and put what was left in this little jar. And if you are subscribed, excuse me, to my weekend newsletter, then you already know about the anniversary, and I put our little anniversary picture in that newsletter. All right, I want to touch base on, as far as Heritage Ways goes, apron sales. So I'm making this today in August, and apron sales are closed. I haven't officially closed it on the website. I can't decide if I'm going to officially close the sales on the website, or if people that order, they will understand that their orders won't be filled until 2023, which really isn't as far away as we really think it is, you know. So I have thankfully understood my, I've limited myself to filling 2 apron orders a month this calendar year. Thankfully, I have gotten all of those orders, so I'm not filling any more orders this calendar year. Now, there are some orders that if you've ordered one and you said, I haven't gotten it. Well, that's because I am filling 2 orders a month, and I have filled all but, I have one more to fill here in August, and then I'll go September, October, November, and then I'm not doing any in December. So apron orders, if you've seen me wear the aprons, the cross-back aprons, pullover, cross-back, those are filled. So thank you so much for supporting that small business of mine. I love filling those orders. Cookbooks. I have my first cookbook that Mr. Patient publishes. He prints, he binds it, he puts it out. And those can be ordered, you know, theoretically indefinitely because he does that. The second cookbook, which is Supper's Ready, Let's Eat, I'll show it to you. Okay, here's the first one. And that's the one that Mr. Patient puts together, prints it, binds it, and mails it out. And that, you know, we can do as many of those as we need to. Here's the second one, Supper's Ready, Let's Eat. This is the one that, you know, I'll go ahead and give an update on this and the third cookbook that I'm writing. But I chose a company, and it's a family-owned company. It's actually in Canada. It's right across the border, but it's a family-owned company, and that's why I chose them. And I do have to pay for the software to write the cookbook, and which is very easy software to use. I love it so much, but I do have to pay for that per month or yearly, however I choose. And I have to pay for all the books up front. And quite frankly, we're not in a position where I can do that right now. So my third cookbook is on just halted. It's probably half the way through, or maybe even more than that even. But I had to halt it for now for those reasons, because we still have about, I think it's 70 or around 70 that cookbooks remaining that we need to sell. So that is halted. That cookbook project for the third one is halted for now. All right. Many of you who have been with us, you know that we have 3 older children who are adults and on their own in their 20s and almost 30, and 3 younger children that we adopted. And John Boy and Little Miss Homemaker and Little Music Man. Little Miss Homemaker just had a birthday and she turned 14. And John Boy will turn 15 next week, the day after mine. My birthday is August 15th and his is August 16th. And then my sister's is the 18th. We have a lot of birthdays in August. Mr. Patient is August 30th, so we have a lot of birthdays. I actually am not going to, I appreciate the care and concern and love. Folks want to know about our family and what's going on, specifically with the children. But I will not be sharing details. You can probably understand that. But I will say that our family size is reduced now to 4 of us, as John Boy will be residing elsewhere. And I'll leave it at that. I appreciate your care, love, and concern. Life is tough right now with decisions that are having to be made. But that's where we are on that. So, you know, there's meetings and there's decisions and there's just prayer. It's just a lot. So we've got that going on. Then we have decided to actively look for another home with more acreage. Now, I can say that now because our family and our friends know that, our local friends, our neighbors are aware of that. This has nothing to do with our neighbors because our neighbors are wonderful. All of our neighbors are absolutely wonderful, and we are so thankful. But we live on a very small piece of land, and we would like more elbow room, quite frankly, to, you know, spread those chicken wings. And, you know, because we've got our small garden, we've got our small coop, and we would just like to be able to do more with our little village homestead. We'd like it to be just a couple more acres at least. So we've actively looked, and we thought a couple were going to work, and they did not. So we'll talk more about that later in another on another platform. On another platform. But anyway, so we are really looking at that. We're trying not to put any more money into our home. You know how it is when you want to sell your home. You don't want to pour a lot more money into the current home. And there are things we still wanted to do here for us, but we decided not to do those anymore. Now, as I don't believe in luck. I don't want to say as luck would have it, but as it would happen, now we've got projects. We, as in Mr. Patient, has projects, demo work. Oh my goodness. This is our bathroom today because there was a leak, and he started, one thing led to another, and he had to pull the floor up. And again, we're trying not to spend much money on it, but then he got to the sink, and the sink was just, he didn't realize it was about to fall apart, the cabinet. So he went and bought a cabinet, and he's not thrilled about this situation. And he's having to do the bathroom. Now, if we were going to live here, we would do different things. And anyway, lots of great ideas that my neighbor gave me that we could come in here and do. But, just try not to spend too much. Also, we just got finished with the basement leaked, and we just got finished. We fixed that. So if the future owner is watching this, don't be scared. That has been fixed, but just the cosmetic stuff downstairs has not been fixed because, we were trying to figure that out when the bathroom started leaking. So we have that going on. We have some situations with our health, mine and Mr. Patient's. Now, our patrons already know this because we share with our patrons on Patreon first, pretty much, everything that's going on, especially at the Heritage Keepers level, as fast as I can get it put out in a video format. But, they knew that we were planning to move, and they knew about our specific health issues. The bottom line is, we've been having different tests done, and we don't know exactly what's going on with either of us, but he's got some really severe, at times, back pain, and it's ruled out kidney issues. Kidney tumors have been ruled out, and I honestly think it is spine related, disc related. I really do, because I've had a spinal fusion, and his symptoms match that. So it has been so bad that he was almost in tears, and he could just barely move. But I've given him two things that have helped. One is magnesium powder, and the other is called Formula 303. You can look it up. I've told y'all about that in videos past. It's awesome natural product. I'm not a doctor, just know that. I'm not a nurse, I'm not a medical person, but I will say he has been taking that at night, not every night. It's valerian, passion flower, and magnesium combination, and now he's fine. When I say fine in quotes, it's not, his pain is kind of there, but he can move, he can work, he can rip out the bathroom. So we're so thankful for that, but he still needs to get to the root of what's causing his problem. So we go to appointments for that. Also, got my tooth issues I've got to work on, got appointments for that, and I may have to have procedures done on that jaw. And so also, I have decided through research and reading and talking to some health professionals that are friends of mine, that I think that one of my problems lately is adrenal fatigue. And you can look that up. Many of you, I'm going to suspect many of you probably do have that or know what it is right now, especially in this day and age when everywhere you turn, there's drama or trauma or exclamation points in your life, and so that actually I'm better than I was, because I'm trying to kind of work on myself through diet, through some drinks, like, healthy mineral drinks, that kind of thing. I won't get into all that, but I actually feel probably, 75, 80% much better than I did. So that's good. But all that leads me up to say that I have been, all this has been kind of going on in our lives. So I thank you for letting me share that. But I have been convicted in several different directions about things I need to do, things I want to do, how much time certain things take. and how much energy or even money. And so I have made a decision that YouTube takes, I've said this before, and if you've watched any other, I mean, I'm sure you've heard other people say this, but YouTube takes, I'm talking a truckload of time and energy. And I don't regret that time and energy that I have put into making about 1,000 videos in 5 years. I don't regret that at all. Some videos have been great. Some videos weren't so great, in my opinion. Some videos that I thought were horrible, they've gotten like, you know, more views than others. So, I have learned a lot because I have, you know, produced that many all by myself, you know, edited and filmed and edited and produced and all that. So I've learned a lot. But I was thinking this morning, my goal is not to get rich and famous. My goal is to teach homemakers, to build community, to encourage homemakers and families in cozy homemaking. I want to be a motivational influencer for homemakers and families. And I have decided that I am going to stop my self-inflicted, self-imposed rat race where I feel like I'm in a rat wheel trying to outrun the AI, the analytics, the artificial intelligence, the everything that you're supposed to do to succeed. And it hit me this morning. I thought, you know, I don't have to do all that. And it's starting to affect my physical health. And I also, the thing with now we don't have another child living at home all of a sudden, that just kind of came out of the blue. I feel like, you know, 6 months ago, I didn't know I'd be sitting here saying that. And I want to invest more time into Little Miss Homemaker and Little Music Man because they're not going to live here forever. She's 14, he's 11. We homeschool, I homeschool. And I want to do homeschool a little differently this year. I want to be more invested in their homeschool than, and we can get into homeschool, and I plan to talk about that on YouTube more coming up. But I just want to nurture my cozy home because yes, we feel like this home is cozy, but I want to nurture that. I want to nurture relationships here. And so I have just given myself permission, and I'm telling you this so you can keep me accountable, so you can give me grace, and so you can understand my schedule or lack thereof. But I just want my goal to be to reflect the light of the Lord. Honestly, I just want to reflect Jesus. I'm not looking to be some great and wonderful, you know, famous something on YouTube. I'm not. I just want to use my resources and my creativity to help others. And I love creating. I mean, last night we were lying in bed and Mr. Patient said something. I don't even remember what it was now. And I said, wait, and I had to get my glasses, had to get my phone, had to turn it off airplane mode. And I talked to it into the little voice memo thing, whatever it was I wanted to remember. And then I turned it off and put my glasses down, turned the light back off, and he laughed at me and he said, your mind does not stop. And I said, I've got so much to share that I want to share with people. And I feel like my time restriction or other things that I do here, my life, I can't share everything in the format that I want to share it. You can come in, that's fine. I'm talking here, but y'all can just, if you can just be quiet just a minute, I'll be with you in a minute. And so I do have so much that I want to share. So I'm not going anywhere in that sense, but I have given myself permission to not stress over schedules and not stress over everything that is supposed to be done to grow on YouTube. And if you are a creator and you need that permission, then think about that. But I don't see how people with a lot of children and even some who work outside the home have do what they do on YouTube. That is awesome. I don't know how you do that. But, you know, if I was in a different season and I didn't have little children at home, things would be different for me. But I do. I'm basically living the life of a 40 or 45-year-old, and I'm 55 years old on August 15th. So I have decided to recognize that and lean into that. Lean into the time, the life that God has given me, and lean into the home and the family. But at the same time, bring you all encouraging, hopefully helpful content. Now, here's what I think I'm going to do. A couple of things. My Uncle Bill, besides Mr. Patient, my Uncle Bill is probably the most supportive and just supportive man in my life. And when it comes to what I do here and my brand. And he has called me multiple times and said, "Oh, I saw," he said, and he's a radio man from the days, a talk show host. And he knows his stuff. And I'm just honored when he says, "Oh, you did great. I can't believe you've done this by yourself and you've edited and you've da-da-da-da." And I've said before, he's the one that taught me, talk to the one person. And that's what I'm doing. I'm talking to one person right now. You know, I'm talking to Mary Elizabeth. I'm talking to Lisa. I'm talking to Brandy. I'm talking to Stephanie. I'm talking to Pam. I'm talking to, you know, fill in the blank, but I can see your names in the comment. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to Randy. I'm talking to one person when I make the video. I'm welcoming you to my home, to my little bar here. I'm welcoming you. And so Uncle Bill said to me, he said, "You know, why don't you just try a lot more lives?" He said, "You don't have to edit them. And folks can, you know, actually feel like they're right there with you because, you know, if I make a mistake, it's right there and so forth." So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I am going to, starting with actually tonight, I'm going to go live. And I'm going to show you how I make homemade cottage cheese. And the videos when I go live, they'll be there after the fact. You'll be able to watch them. But I'm going to try that for a season, see what happens. But also, I'm not going to I'm going to leave it open to whatever I'm able to do. And if I'm able to make a video that's edited and so forth and put it out, then I will do that as well. I'm still going to shoot for my Monday, Thursday schedule, but I'm also giving myself grace. And if that doesn't happen, just know everything's good, probably. It's just I didn't get it done. And I am going to give myself permission to not stress over, you know, the analytics and all that, because, you know, will my numbers continue to rise if I don't do all that? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But that is not what's most important in my life. Now, y'all are important, but the whole YouTube game is not what's most important in my life. And I can't let it be. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be on Instagram. My weekend newsletter, I mean, I either do it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's why it's called a weekend newsletter. And I've actually employed a fellow that helps me with that twice a month and teaches me. Not does it for me, I do it myself, but he teaches me. So I'm trying to learn and grow. I love this whole process of everything I've done, from building a website to starting a YouTube channel and everything. I love that. And I really am grateful to y'all. But just know, going forward, I may have videos that are, you know, like you're used to, that I've edited and I've put it out there for you. Or I might have live videos, and just know those live videos, you might not have much warning or any warning. It's really going to depend on my schedule, because quite honestly, this past few weeks, you know, I'll get a call that says, there's a house we want to go look at, and we go look at it and have to look right away. Or I'll get a call regarding John or something, and so I have to go to a meeting. And so, so the lives, you may or may not get a warning. I do encourage you to be subscribed to the channel and hit the notifications and the bell, because if YouTube is doing what they're supposed to do, you would get a notification. And if you don't, I can't help you, because that's YouTube's problem, and I don't know. I don't know. Another thing is, also another way you might see my videos, I have started using Crowdcast, and there's many reasons I've started using that, but to me it's easier than going live on YouTube. And if you're if you're a patron, you're already familiar with Crowdcast. But I will say that it is free, but anytime I share a Crowdcast link, if you see me share that in the community tab and say, hey, I think I'm going to go live in 2 hours and I'm going to show how to make, sausage or sawmill gravy, which is one thing I'm going to do coming up, then you would have to click on the link. Yes, it's an extra step for you, but click on the link. We're used to clicking these days, and you just register for it. And one of there's many reasons why I'm choosing to use Crowdcast. But anyway, that's another. So really, and I'll share all these things in Instagram stories and in YouTube community tab and Patreon as much as I can remember and do that. So really, if you're following along, following me, following Heritage Ways, you shouldn't miss a live. So, and also I want to tell you that I read and appreciate every single comment, and I typically read them all within 2-3 hours of when they were written. I don't always respond. I regret that, but that is life, and also where I'm going to give myself grace. So if you see that I put a little heart on there, please know I truly do appreciate it, and I have read every word. And honestly, y'all's comments a lot of times is what keeps me going on social media. And then the last thing I want to tell you is that I have another project in the works. It is one I'm thrilled about. It has been on my heart for months, probably more than, actually, honestly, 3 or 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. But I'm getting closer to it. And one reason I'm excited about this project is it doesn't cost me any money to do this project for you. It just costs me time, and it doesn't cost you any money to enjoy and to learn, appreciate the results of this project. I'm not going to tell what it is yet. I was hoping to announce that on my birthday, which I said is August 15th, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to announce it yet. And it is not another YouTube channel. We already have several. Little Music Man's got one. Little Missy's got one. We've got our road one, and we've got our Hope for a Home, and we've got this one. We have 5 channels. No, it's not another channel. But if you have any guesses of what my new project is, let me know. It will, I think I hope many of you are going to enjoy it when that happens. But I'm working on that, and I've enjoyed it. It's, I can't not create. I can't not share with y'all. And I hope that I'll always be able to do this as long as I live. All right, well, that is it. I just want to share with you what's going on and why. Our passion is to walk life with people. Somebody said to me, why don't you disconnect your family, your life from Heritage Ways? Well, it's all one thing. And we want to walk life with you. We thank you. We are appreciative of you. And good things are coming. It's just everything's gonna look a little different. And I have to do that for myself and my family. And I know you understand, because I know y'all. I know your hearts. And I appreciate you. Hey to Carol, hey to Lisa. I'm thinking of all these people. I wish y'all could just come and sit down right here. And Debbie, there's, I could keep going. Jennifer, I appreciate all y'all. And don't forget to count your blessings. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, y'all.